Hi guys, welcome back to the DIY Prepper. Tell you what, the video I did last week with the $5 prepping series really went over well. And it's something I think is pretty practical, and I want to try to continue with that. Well, this one is going to be a little bit more bug out bag oriented, and I didn't buy this at a store. Went garage sailing over the weekend, and this is what we picked up this week. The only thing that really doesn't fit into the bug out bag is this oil lamp. This oil lamp I got for $2. It does work. It's got a bracket on it so I can hang it up. That'll give me a way to light up my house when the power's out. I think that was a pretty good deal. $2 for that. Hey, I'd have given double for it. I was able to pick up some knives. They had some knives that were just in a box. And they wanted 25 cents each. These knives, they wanted 25 cents a piece. 25 cents. How can you pass that up? It's a Kissing Crane, not the highest quality knife, but it's functional. These right here will do everything that we need to do. They're great. The multi-tool, I was looking at this thing. I kind of like this thing. I think I'm actually going to carry it around for a little bit. Got a fish scaler, little flat blade screwdriver, 2 flat blade screwdrivers, a serrated blade, obviously pliers. Over here we've got a regular blade, Phillips head screwdriver. Some of these are pretty hard to get out. They're pretty stiff. Can opener. And a small blade. I don't know. That small blade's pretty small. I don't know if it'll be worth much for. I don't know. I might use it to. I guess it could be used as a cap lifter also. It'd be good for undoing knots. Get paracord or any kind of string tied down real tight, and it's always hard to get the knots out of there. But anyway, 75 cents for all of those. Big score. Big score. Old hickory, full carbon steel. This thing's been around a while. It's old enough. It's actually got hickory handles. I don't know when they started doing that, but the current ones are all made out of. The handles are all made out of walnut. This knife, I'd straight trust my life with. This will skin a mouse from all the way up to a grizzly bear or a moose. Go look up David Canterbury's videos from Wilderness Outfitters. And just, man, dozens and dozens of other guys. You can baton with this thing. It'll throw sparks off of a stone. I'll probably take the spine and flatten that over with a file, just to give me a hard 90-degree spine for a scraping or a spoke shaving type implement, as well as to be able to use a ferro rod. But I thought that was a pretty good deal. I'm not going to complain about that. I need to come up with a sheath for it. I do have a sheath that came off of a K-bar, and I was going to put it in here. It doesn't fit all that well, as you can see. It still moves around, so I need to either make another top strap for it, or figure out something else. It might be kind of cool to play with some Kydex or something with that, though. I like that. I am super proud of that knife. That was a steal. Another thing I got was bank line. This isn't number 36. It's a size smaller than that, but it's tarred bank line. And I'm looking on my list here. This was $1. $1. 1,000 uses, and I haven't used the smaller stuff, but I actually prefer the number 36 bank line over paracord if I have a chance. This is plenty of cord. You don't need any more cordage than this to go in your bug out bag. This will build shelters. This will catch fish. One thing about this is it's a little bit smaller and will work a little bit better for fishing. That breaks down really small. Not sure if you can see that, but it breaks down super small. This is definitely going in my bug out bag. Another thing I got Lighters. Oh, and the cordage, $1. Lighters. These lighters, 50 cents for all those. If you call yourself a prepper and don't have a lighter, that one's empty. Indispensable. Indispensable. You can rub sticks together. You could scratch ferro rods. Do that all day long. What good does it do you if this right here, that's all it takes? I'm not going to rub sticks together. I'm not going to scratch ferro rods. If it's cold, if it's raining, if I'm truly in trouble, this is where I'm going. I'm probably not going to put all these in a bug out bag. I'm going to spread them out a little bit. Throw one in each glove box. Throw a couple of them in a bug out bag. I'm sure if I look around the house I can find more in this bag. I just asked for it. I said, hey, you mind if I take that bag too? The lighters were for sale at the same place. I'd already bought the knives, and I think it all fit right in there pretty good. And I'll be able to stuff other things in there as well. So that takes care of that. Stoves, alcohol stoves. I didn't buy these, I made them. They're easy to make. They work pretty good. They're kind of fun to make too. You got to watch. Sometimes they'll split on you. I've got one. Yeah, here it is. You can see where it's split. So I probably need to throw that one in the trash. I tend to like this design better. You just fill it up with alcohol and throw a penny on there. Some of these are stuffed with fiberfill. I don't know. Didn't seem to make much of a difference to me. It just seemed like an extra step. But I don't think it helps anything. It doesn't hurt, obviously, but I don't think it helps. There's plenty of videos online about how to make these. I suggest you go and look. But anyway, that's free. This here's all I need to cook with. And it works great. Didn't cost me a dime. That came up to $5.25. But I got to say this. I blew the budget. I'll show you what I blew it on. This. This was all together. Look at that. This hadn't even been opened. And you talk about, there's a couple worms in there. I probably need to, look, there's even a fly. A little fly. I probably need to add some stuff to this. I think the #1 survival fishing equipment is right here. Jig heads. Jig heads. They work great for fishing with worms. I've caught stuff on jig heads with just using the head itself without a grub on it or anything. Same with these. I like just the jig heads better, but those work just fine too. So, but that's not all. And for all this fishing stuff, I gave $5 for. I know I broke the budget. It's more than I should have spent, but I'll tell you what, I just couldn't turn it down. Let me show you what else I got. There's some fishing line too. What is that? 6-pound test. 6 pound. Look at this. A cane pole, 10-foot cane pole. The end cap on there is captured, so you don't lose it. It's expandable. But man, you talk about and lightweight. Wow, this weighs nothing. It weighs nothing. I'm not sure if I can get this all in frame, but you can see here, and then follow it up to here. You wrap your line around there. You come back and hook it back off with your hook or jig head or whatever. This right here is back there so you can do maintenance on it. But I tell you what, I'm thinking about getting a little bitty Ziploc baggie and sticking some extra hooks and some little split shot in there. Make a great little kit. But like I said, I couldn't turn that down. That was an extra $5. It breaks the budget. I should have waited and done it with a separate video, but you know what? It's too good to wait for. It'd be great if I could find something else like this. I don't know though. These are kind of hard to find. A lot of people think they know what they have and they've got them priced way too high. Everybody watches American Pickers and thinks that they're going to come across a gold mine. Well, anyway, if you like what we're doing here, be sure and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.